Bum ba ba bum bum ba ba bum bum ba 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 bum 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 bum. Hello. Right, let's wait for people to join in. Who else is missing? Yo, good evening, paddle boy. I'm pretty sure I did invite Snow. Maybe he's milking his last minutes in time trial or something, knowing him. Bruh, Cold Palmer left again. Oh, Maple is here. Let's go. Scorenzi is not answering. Hello, Alex. Happy birthday. Get off stream and go celebrate your birthday, man. What are you doing here? Have fun. Which Lego set are you building right now? Palmer domination will excite fans. No clue. I said that we should demote him to Div 1, but Arsenal wanted us to have one more test with him. What do you mean? The McLaren MP4 is like really... It wasn't that hard. Have that set too. It didn't take that long to build as well. Alright, let's start. We have some missing drivers. I should be owner of TPSS for real. I'd drive the league into the ground. I had an amazing Sunday. Me and my friends just pulled a heist in some arcade and like pulled like 11 plushies. Bro, why would you throw a Lego set to the wall? It's as fragile as the FIA's ego right now in IRL F1 or NBA refs. Pure anger. I don't think I did. Was it the new one that was released a few days ago? Alright, we're here starting our sprint qualifiers, 12 minutes in, 12 minutes into the session. We have a dry qualifiers right now. I didn't watch it yet. Any front runner favorites for the sprint qualifiers? Pretty sure people are going to start here on mediums. Yesterday a few drivers started on the softs, ending on the mediums. I'll try finding it sometime. I just started watching Diamond Race. I finished the first season, the baseball anime. Was completely just started season 2. It looks cloudy above the track. Hopefully it doesn't mean anything. Let's see. Veer is the first one on track. No Arsenal. Veer is starting his first lap, didn't invalidate on turn 10. He's going for it, even though he could go for the double out lap. Could be more ideal. Turn 1 looks very tight. Takes as much curb as he could. Deploying here. Should be a first sector 1. Of course, it's going to be purple. He's the first one on track. Very terrible exit. He had a little bit of wiggle there. I'm not racing on Sundays though. I'm racing on Saturdays. After Veer, we've got Ben on a lap. No, he's going for a double out lap. Veer is about to finish his push lap here. Very tight. A 4-7 on mediums. Let's see who's next. I believe it was Tidoy. Tidoy is on a push lap. Ben Arnold is on his second out lap. A 16th sector. 45 of purple sector 2. Oh man. Decent time for mediums. Yeah, it is a decent time for mediums. Looks very tight here. A 14-5 provisional. Ben Arnold is starting his official push lap first, a 4-2. Already passing last night's pole by at least 2/10 on the medium tires. Queenie with a 4-7. Purple sector for Jack here on the second Red Bull seat. Ben Arnold finishing sector 2 with a purple. Boost in spin quality. I could try. Hold on. My throat's a bit dry, sorry. I was sick last week. Oh, and invalidates right at the end. Could have been second. Warman with a P5. Diego P. Oh, no, Diego is on P5, but he's already used his soft tires. Rookie mistake from the Alpine. Smooth Wave Operator starting his official push lap. Jack finishing his P2 on the softs. Oh, he went soft as well instead of the mediums. Okay, who else is over here? Our second commentator, Alfrey, Car Geek, is about to finish his lap. Goes tight into the final turn. Goes P8. Very decent. Palmer with the pole, provisional pole by 3/300ths of a second. Toodles went out with the softs as well. If he goes out with the softs, he could have at least waited for the final seconds of the qualifying, I think. Alpine crash turn 2 incoming. Recreational of yesterday's crash with BJK and Gummers. Smooth Operator turning into final turn, turn 9. Goes wide, invalidates right at the end. Couldn't go into the pits. Unfortunate for him. At least he has time to go in and go for a double push lap on the softs. I hope he does that. With a 49, sector 2. That's already terrible. Does he go in back to the pits? No, he pushes through. Is it the second push lap? Double push lap, okay. Let's watch him for now. Turn 1 goes hella tight. It is valid. Hugs the right side of the corner of the straight. Purple sector 1 by the game. Very good exit here. But he is on soft tires and everyone else were on mediums. Let's see. A little bit of slide but not too much. Into turn 4. And on the more technical side of the track. A purple sector 2 as well. Can he pull any threat for the pole, for provisional pole? He's the first one to go under 4 seconds here in the sprint qualifiers, going 3.983. Amazing. Do you really want it? What do you have? Do you have anything to offer for this? For this for this voice line? You greedy Mercedes team principal. I don't know. I don't know how to do that, sir. How do I do that? We can work on that for next stream. Maple going with a 4.7. He should have just pitted and went for a lap on the softs. I'm gonna lie. Veer is on his mediums again. Oh, maybe he has time to go for soft. He does have time, but for one out lap. Maple probably won't have any time here. Let's see who else is going out. Nobody here seems to be going for the double outlap on the soft tires. They will all go for the single outlap. Probably go out in when there is 2 minutes flat left. Maybe we can work on moderations during our second qualifier session. Let's see, Diego starting his final push lap for the session on the medium tires. Improves by 2/10. That's already putting him in P7 ahead of Tidoy. Nicely done in turn 4. Red Bull right in front. Does he impede? Who is it? It's Jack on an outlap. Alpine is right behind. It's very, very tight for impediment risk. Final turn 10. Managed to keep it in on track. Improved by 1/10, going P8. That's it for him. Palmer improves by 1/10. Veer goes 4-1, taking provisional P2, but Palmer looks to improve. Four-tenths improvement, that's definitely provisional pole right now. I would prefer the return of nobody. Return of Veer and Leon in the admin group, maybe. Holy provisional pole called Palmer going for 3.4. Half a second off away from P2 Tulu. That's the end of the session. We're here with our final laps. Jack doesn't improve at all. Or does he? No improvement from Jack. 4/10 improvement from Forrestal. How much can he pull in these final corners? Doesn't validate, even though it was very, very tight. P2 with the 4/10 improvement. Still 3 seconds, 3 tenths away from Cole Palmer. Ben Arnold takes P4, also going sub 4 seconds. Pushing Veer back to P5 with Jack behind him. Alfie stays in P8, Tito drops to P9. And that's wraps for our sprint qualifiers. Snow wants another final invite. Hopefully manages to get back. So here's our front runners. We have Cole Palmer and Forrestal for our 1-2 front line. With Cole Palmer taking provisional pole with 1 minute 3 seconds and 4 tenths. Right behind him, Forrestal with a 3 seconds .74. Tulu, who was the first one to go below 4 with a 3.98. Ben Arnold behind him by 1/1000th of a second for qualifiers for a second row. Warman, since joining the Ferrari, fell off really bad. Tell you that. It's the Ferrari curse. Maybe he managed to pull back up soon. Let's see our strats. Last night's sprint in Div 2. David started on the went hard tires in the sprint. We should have a 5 minutes break here. Because it seems like everyone here will go on the mediums. Ben Arnold is taking the hards for the sprint. Same with AC. Interesting. Honestly, yesterday I've had an amazing race weekend. I managing to go from P10 to P3 and then from P13 to P4. P3 on track, but 5 penalties pushed me back to P4. Let's see if there will be anyone who can give us a surprise. Oh, we're about to start here. And let's get this race going right now. Here we go, Cole Palmer and Forrestal right there. Cole Palmer has a great start. Manages to push back Forrestal and Ben Arnold goes to P4, P3 fighting with Tulu. Tulu drops to P4. Ben Arnold managed to catch to catch away for P3. Now it's a Mercedes 2-3 with Cole Palmer in the lead. Veerbot and the Red Bull duo still 5 and 6. Warman goes for a ballsy overtake, pushing Jack down. The midfield is going crazy over here. It seems like Queenie drops place, Smooth Operator drops down as well. Alfie Boy keeps P8 with Tito right behind him. Veer is trying to hunt down Tulu for that P4 position. Alfie Boy drops down, Tito manages to overtake him while we're spectating the front line. Smooth and Operator going wheel to wheel here in turn 5. But Smooth doesn't manage to get the overtake done. Intense lap 1 over here. Veerbot 3/10 away from Tulu. Might look to pull a threat here for P4 against the Mercedes, against the Ferrari. Cole Palmer is running away already, 8/10 away from both Mercedes drivers. Mercedes drivers will probably be looking to drive together with the DRS to pull away from Tulu and the rest. Sadly, I can't catch who readied up early because I'm just spectating. Alfie Boy goes around the outside against Tito. He goes off track. Gets overtaken by Military in the process. Alfie was too greedy for that overtake. It might not be done yet. He goes on the inside. No, and he concedes the position, has nothing else to do. Oh! Tito spins around, goes full 360, drops down to P13. Seems like he beat the curb too much, lost traction and fell off. Alfie boy loses position to Diego now. Right behind Diego's rear. Catches DRS. Cole Palmer again with the fastest lap. Here is Queenie looking to overtake them. Aston Martin. He waits for the second DRS zone right now. 3 seconds for Alfie boy. Alfie boy is now fighting for position against the Alpine, and right behind them the Williams driver. They're going in for a three-way battle here. They're going wheel to wheel. Alpine locks the rear front tires and still manages to keep the Aston Martin behind him. Tough battle for the final point. Alfie goes around the outside. Does it well on the DRS zone. Diego doesn't have the energy to defend it. Meanwhile, Queen is going around the outside for turn 5 against the Alpine. Alpine managed to protect his position this time. Still in the hunt for the Aston Martin, looking to get his position back. Intense three-way battle here. Meanwhile, it seems like the front line has calmed down for now. So let's look here for what's going on. Alfie and Diego battling it out through the whole sector. And now Smooth Operator joins the equation. They're going in a four-way battle of Smooth Operator and Queenie going everywhere. And Diego manages to overtake the Aston Martin. Now the Aston Martin is on the hunt. How smart does he play it? Here he goes outside again. And they hook a little bit while the Alfie goes outside off track again. And Diego pushes Queenie off. Intense battle. Smooth Operator goes for a ballsy move. Going 3 wide, that's too risky. And he pays the price, dropping 2 positions. And Diego drops to P10 as well. While Queenie is fighting Alfie for P8 now, going wheel to wheel. The intense battle of the midfield is going on for that singular points. Singular point for the sprint. Remember, for points you just need to be P8. Here, but they're fighting that point like their life matter. They're sick, they're everything. Now that Smooth Operator dropped down from the battle, we have the double Alpine. Alfie is still looking to fight for that singular point against the Williams driver, Williams team principal. And we have the double Alpine chasing down with Smooth Operator behind them. I believe he has wing damage because that attempt was nasty. This time Alfie goes from the inside. Right, but Queenie managed to hold it off and DRS trapped him. Now Queenie still has the DRS, while Alfie will probably be hopeless there. Alfie is going on the inside, very tight, bites a lot of curb there, but manages to stick it in. It's on track. This 5-way battle for that 1 point in the sprint is intense. And meanwhile, our other driver of Aston Martin, Alex, is suffering building a Lego set for his birthday. Again, happy birthday. Hope you had a nice day besides that Lego set that you're trying to build there. Now Alfie is underfed by AC, the other Alpine driver. Inside and away, gets a little bit of contact. Beautifully done overtake under the DRS zone on the inside. Now Sad Boys is looking to pull closer to Queenie, running away from Alfie. Meanwhile, Diego was looking for a switchback, but Alfie manages to hold it. Might be a little... Oh! Diego hits the rear and loses traction from Alfie. Seems like he was too close. Couldn't hold it, he should have backed off a little. There is no battle at the top, man. They've been holding the DRS for a while now. Let's see though. We have 5 laps left, and now Ben Arnold is on the chase for Cole Palmer. Forrest will probably consider the position. Ben Arnold tries to go around the outside. Cole Palmer keeps it in. Now he is under threat in the DRS. He probably has more to deploy, I believe. Ben Arnold is going on the inside. This ballsy dive bomb. Cole Palmer is hopeless. On the Ben Arnold on the hard tires. Will Cole Palmer keep position? Cole Palmer on the outside now, and Ben Arnold has the inside advantage. Ben Arnold overtakes cleanly, and Cole Palmer is helpless with the offset tires. Now Forrestal is looking to overtake with the hard tires as well, while Cole Palmer is probably suffering with 10% more tire wear on the mediums. Jack getting a 3 seconds penalty. Both Mercedes are pressuring the McLaren driver here on top. Meanwhile, Tulo is driving behind them very steadily. Might be looking for a move as well. Cole Palmer goes on the outside, inside. Hard brakes against Ben Arnold. Forrestal right behind him, probably conserving. Cole Palmer hasn't given up the position yet, and there is still 4 laps left. He's very persistent to get back P1, but Ben Arnold holds him tight, and now Forrestal is closer, looking to go for a move on the inside, and he does. Cole Palmer losing positions, and now it's a Mercedes 1-2 on the sprint, but Cole Palmer is going for the inside as well, going wheel to wheel in sector 2, and Cole Palmer loses traction. He hits the rear from Mercedes, and Tulu and Virbot take the opportunity and overtake him as well. Cole Palmer falls on P5, and now Virbot and Tulu is in the fight for P3. Cole Palmer drops to P5, but will probably finish P3 unless P4 unless he gets a penalty, because Veer has a time second penalty, 3 seconds penalty. Will Warman prove threat to Cole Palmer now? Must have lost a lot of. Well, Cole Palmer still is trying to fight it off, overtaking Veer while we were speaking, but he's very far from the top 3 with 3 laps left. Veer is looking for a ballsy overtake on the inside. He's out of the DRS zone. DRS detection for the next one, but Veer is looking very hungry, almost loses traction over there with Warman right behind him. Veer with the hard tires, he should have the advantage here now that Cole Palmer doesn't have any DRS from Tulu. Tulu is probably looking to keep it steady over there. Now it's Veerbot, Warman, and Palmer in a 3-way battle for P4. Warman right behind them has way more ERS from both of them. Does it choose to deploy, or does it choose to play it safe for a steady P5? Military Maple retires from the race, from the sprint. Hopefully doesn't leave. Cole Palmer, Veer is pressuring Cole Palmer under DRS. Goes from the inside, does it cleanly. Cole Palmer might be looking for a move here, he doesn't. He doesn't have the grip, and Veerbot is managing to pull away now. Will he have enough laps though to pull away completely? He has to open a 3 seconds gap from Cole Palmer to secure that P4 position. He will probably won't be able to, and will drop to P6 because of Warman going clean as well. But he is running away from Cole Palmer, 6 tenths already, with Warman right behind him pulling pressure on the mediums as well. With that pace, Cole Palmer might... No, he's catching up on the DRS, not giving up for that P4 position, not giving up that 3 seconds. Palmer goes for the inside again against Veer, pushing him right at the edge of the outside line. Cole Palmer holding it tight. secures P4 right now. But now Veer has the DRS, goes around the inside again with Cole Palmer. Takes the position back on track. A fierce battle between the McLaren and the Red Bull with the Ferrari behind them. Alfie with another 3 seconds. That's probably over for him in terms of getting points for the sprint. Meanwhile, the Mercedes duo is looking to run away with the 1-2, gaining 8 points and 7 points respectively. With Tool right behind him, probably will not push any further to just secure heavy points for the sprint. Pen check. Alfie with a 12 seconds penalty within 12 laps. Alfie is completely cooked. The battle is still going on here with Cole Palmer and Veer fighting it off. Veer goes from the inside, very tight line here. Meanwhile, Jack from behind went off track under zero pressure. But will Warman look to make a move now that there is one more lap here? Goes around goes inside from the McLaren driver, pushes him a little bit off track. But no major incident. And Warman steadily but surely took P5, will go up to P4 because of the Red Bull's penalty seconds. Steady racing for Warman, and we have Ben Arnold and Forrestal finishing our sprint with a 1-2 and a Ferrari 3-4. Absolute field day for both teams now on the sprint. Cole Palmer finishes P5, Veer and Jack with a 6-7 finish. Queenie closing in the points for our Williams team. Wonderful. Warman, after having a few rough races here in the sprint, finishes P4 with Tulo as well, who had a few races, unfortunate races where he couldn't finish in the points. Congratulations to the Ferrari drivers finally having a good sprint, good race. But it is a sprint, so they will only earn like 6 and 5 points. Let's see who took the fastest lap here. Cole Palmer with the fastest lap. Driver of the day, driver of the sprint. I will probably give it to Ben Arnold, starting P4 all the way to a race win. Good teamwork from both Mercedes drivers. And that's our sprint race. Amazing work, full of action, 12 laps, full sprint, no pits, pure racing. Amazing work. Yeah. Yes, it does. So that's 9 points for Ben Arnold here. Let's see how our race end race will go now. Oh, it's a full wet session in the race quali. Hopefully it doesn't carry on to the race, even though it could be interesting. Our first race session of the season, I believe. Oh, there was also Imola, I forgot. My bad. Div 2 Baku incoming. Surely it can't be that bad. Surely. Oh, someone joined the lobby. Snow is on the Aston Martin, but I'll have to fix that. We can count Snow in Williams later, can we? I mean, we can't do it now, but I can fix it in the results, because technically he's a Williams driver. He can't drive for Aston Martin. But like, I think the game gave him Aston Martin by default, because that was like the first team available during the sprint. Okay, Snow left. Hopefully he can go into Williams now. Yes, yes, I said he does, man. I said it. Arsenal. I've had this conversation with you like a minute ago. Where did you go? Did you go? Did you went off to get another snack, man? Big bag activities, man. Arsenal is deaf. Yeah, not the first time. Not the first time. Don't worry. Um, deaf and deaf on messages, like selectively blind or something. Yeah, bro. You first need to work to be able to afford a flight here. So good luck with that. Unless you're planning to swim all the way here, or walk your way here, which you probably won't. knowing you. See, we have our inters quali session. Is anyone here on a lap? Ben Arnold is on a lap. I lost count on who's on a lap and who isn't, honestly. Let's see, who's the closest one? Well, it was AC. He pulled a 15.6 in the rain quali session. Ben Arnold right behind him. I mean, I believe they're just going to do a multiple laps because it is the rain. The track will evolve throughout the quali session. Ben Arnold goes for provisional pole with a 14.9. Diego right behind it with a 15.0. Who's next on the board? Tito is 16.4. Now Veer. Final corners. 14.5 provisional pole. With the truck still evolving, we have Forrestal P5. Palmer invalidates a lap. Queenie goes P4. Our Rain Maestro, perhaps. Warman. Right, Tulis on an out lap. Here. Alfie with the purple sector. Warman about to finish his lap on the wets. Manages to keep it on track somehow. P4. Veer still with the provisional pole. Veneral probably improves provisional by 1/10. There's not much to expect here. It is pretty obvious with the track evolving each lap. Smooth goes P6. Palmer still with an invalid lap. Alfie apparently still on a lap. I thought he already finished. Let's see. Our lovely second commentator for Div 2 goes P9. Palmer will still on invalid lap. Here is 2 here. Finishing turn 9 goes into turn 10. Beautifully done. Goes provisional. Now he goes provisional with a 500 seconds diff. 500ths of a second. Let's see. Forrestal. He's on a lap? No, might be going in. Or is probably on an out lap. Queen is looking to improve 1/10 improvement. Yes, I am the commentator for Div 1. I am them. I'm not gonna follow that request, Arsenal. Queenie goes p5 here for... Queenie might be goated in the rain. Might be looking for a good quality session. Smooth goes p3 while I wasn't looking as well. But again, like, track is evolving each lap. Oh my god, Alex, you can't do that to me. Cole Palmer with a provisional pole goes a second ahead by Tulu, from Tulu. Yeah, for his birthday, man. Kinda tough. Ben Arnold, 7/10 provisional pole from Cole Palmer. Tidoy goes P3. Oh man, I'm on a tight rope now. Do you really want me to do that? Weirdos. Brits. British activities. First you colonize people, and then you want me to do some weird kink shit. Take all the spices away from countries. Holy, Tulu is only 2/10 away from Ben Arnold. Smooth operator goes P3. Can I reserve for Williams? Yeah, but he joined in the sprint and I warned him, I warned him that he should join in quali because it will put him in a different team. He decided not to take that suggestion and now he's stuck in Aston Martin and he can't drive for Williams. And like if he drives for Aston Martin, he's just gonna interrupt the Aston Martin driver. But Veer takes provisional pole. A happy day for Red Bull. Can he keep it though? Track is still evolving and we have 8 minutes left for the session. Smooth is still P5 here. Good results. Jack didn't go out. I'm probably waiting for a last minute exit. Ben Arnold goes provisional with a 1 second improvement. Rain got like 7 minutes left in the session. We still have people improving their lap times. 2 seconds improvement by AC. Veer, you are amazing right now. P2 in this stuck lobby. Let's keep it high. But the track is still evolving. We have 7 minutes left. We could probably see here a 10-second Inter's quali or a minute 9 even. is on a lap now. Might take pole here now. I won't be surprised if he takes pole. Oh, he invalidates again. Okay. Calma. Ben Arnold goes to the line. A whole second improvement goes 10 seconds, 0.4 now. Right now we are looking at Smooth out-qualifying our boy Cole Palmer. Queenie improves his lap but goes only 12 seconds. That won't be enough to stay up on top for that long. Let's see, Forster improved by 3/10 only. Cole Palmer is on his lap again. Stop the count. We have Queenie in P2. Cole Palmer doesn't improve. He's going for another outlap since he invalidated the last one. Did it stop raining? No, it hasn't stopped raining yet. Let's see. Starting his lap now. Meanwhile, Forrester is about to finish his. Well, I'm dying. Keeps it on track. We're probably looking here at a 10 seconds quali session. Mercedes again with a 1-2 provisional. Just because Palmer can't keep it on track. Warman and Tulu are right behind each other, finishing their quali session, quali laps. Warman enough for P3 and Tulu takes identical lap time with Ben Arnold going 10 second, 0.840, identical lap time here in Div 1 TPSS. But Tulu holds the fastest lap by the game design. Identical laps by Ben and Tulu. Cole Palmer decides to abort the lap and goes back to the pits. DRS enabled. Is it dry enough for softs? Is it dry enough for softs? I still see rain here. Veer goes minute 9.8, but I still see drizzle all over the track. Guys, stop the count. We have Veer in provisional pole, man. Our Red Bull is in provisional pole in Div 1. Please stop the timers. Qualifiers over. Ferrari Astrat. He does seem to struggle a little bit. Is he struggling? I mean, seriously, I still see rain. Does he improve here? He does seem to improve. It's a purpose. Maybe it's just a visual for me. Because he seems to have it very easy right now. Doesn't seem to struggle at all. With grip or anything, he keeps it on track. That's a minute 8. Does Veer have enough time to pit Kubak? Of course he does. It's the GOAT. Tool is still out on Is he still out on inters? Yes, he is. He won't have time to go back in. He's RB12 right now. Yes, sir. Let's see. We have Smooth improving by 3 seconds right now. Very, don't you have time to go out? Smooth overtakes provisional pole by 2 seconds. But people here will start improving. Everyone is going out now. Tulu's quali is probably over. Everyone is out for a lap. Veer is too late to swap. He will probably start dropping. Unlucky for him and Tulu. Forrestal probably doesn't Does he have time to finish his outlap? Veer is out as well. They're really pushing it. They will have to push their. They will have to push the outlap here to be able to count in. You can bet Palmer is on softs. Everyone is on a train. Very risky here. Does Forrestal and Veer have time to push one last time on the softs? Jack is improving. Is he going for another outlaw? AC finishes his quali session here. Veerbot pushing to get that lap going. Has 10 seconds left. Does he get there on time? Diego with a provisional pole goes 1 minute 5. Veer doesn't make it on time, right at the edge of the timer. Unlucky from him. Smooth operator is on a lap again. Diego finishes his lap, provisional pole. Ben Arnold is out. Here's Cole Palmer. Wait, maybe Tido is here first. Tido is about to finish his lap here. 4 seconds improvement. Looks for a good lap here. Keeps it tight. Provisional P2, and we have Smooth Operator right behind him. Takes provisional pole right there. Right, Smooth Operator. We have Cole Palmer. Warman about to invalidate his lap. He will start P11 right now. Probably will drop back. Military Maple doesn't take a lap at all, starting last. Cole Palmer keeps it on track. Provisional pole. We have a McLaren run 1-2 right now. Here we have Ben Arnold goes P2, breaking the 1-2 here. Forrestal opening a gap between the McLaren drivers. We have Smooth Operator in P4. Strong showings from Mr. Smooth Operator as second McLaren driver. Highest qualifiers yet. Red Bull strategy. Cole Palmer takes provisional pole by 2/10, and behind them Forrestal for our front row, and Ben Arnold and Smooth Operator for a second row. A McLaren Mercedes 1-4 lineup for our main race. Diego as well surprising us with a P5 finish in qualifiers after having questionable debut here in the league in Imola. A questionable race in Baku. He finishes P5. Alfie with a P6, out qualifying people who are way faster than him. Tidoy and Jack P7 and 8. Tulu, unlucky for him, couldn't manage to bring in a soft quali lap, goes P9. Same with Warman, validates there. Veer right at the edge starts P11, and Queenie starts P13. And now we're going on to the main race. What we've been waiting for the whole week. Looking at a dry session and a cloudy one, though. Might be raining as the race goes on. Amazing showing by Smooth Operator. Let's run it back again. We have Cole Palmer. Everyone seems to be starting on the hards though. Probably will be raiding in the middle, so they're pushing it, I believe. Cole Palmer and Forrestal on our 1-2 front row. Behind them we have Ben Arnold and Smooth Operator. Closing in our second row, Diego with a surprise showing P5 and Alfie P6. People you wouldn't usually expect in this league to go to qualify this high. Smooth Operator, Diego and Alfie. Tidoy and Jack and in P7 and 8. Tulu and AC closing in our points qualifiers finishers. Right behind them, out of points, we have Veer, Warman, Queenie Snow, and Military Maple. No clue if Military Maple is here. Warmans chooses to start on the mediums with Smooth Operator apparently. I don't know anything about the weather conditions right now, but it seems like the majority of the grid will start on the hards. Something that I believe happened yesterday as well, where most of the grid started on hards and went for the harder allocation strat. I believe a lot of drivers done that today as well, seeing how drivers started on hard tires on the sprint. Diego decides to move on to mediums as well. 3 drivers decides to drive the medium tires, going offset compared to the rest. Maybe they know something we don't. Smooth Operator last time showed us great strategy in Silverstone last season. Maybe he can do that again when he won there. Maybe he can win here. Especially starting P4 with lots of beasts behind them. Tidoy, Tulu, Veer, Warman, and Maple. Probably all looking for that P4 position and potentially a podium. Even though our podium runners are probably our strongest drivers tonight. Smooth Operator decides to change back to the hard tires. And it's just Diego and Warman staying on the mediums. Our McLaren team principal must be the one who's enjoying it the most. Smooth Operator starting P4 and his driver Cole Palmer in pole position. And we're about to start our race now. 5 red lights and let's start the race. Starting again with Palmer in pole, holds off Forrestal. Smooth Operator gets overtaken by Diego aggressively. And we have Ben out Forrestal chasing Tito, falls down to P7, doesn't manage to overtake Alfie. Smooth Operator and Alfie are now fighting for positions. No, Ben Arnold Forrestal overtakes, now looking to hand. Cole Palmer gets hit by the rear. And Diego spins out, drops back to P15. Meanwhile, Jack is up to P6 fighting for that position against Tidoy. Alfie is looking for a position against Smooth Operator and Jack goes really tight in, goes for the double overtake perhaps. Goes P5, doesn't suffer any wing damage I believe. Smooth Operator takes back P4 after Diego falls down back to the back of the grid. Both Ferraris are still behind. Warman managed to go up to P9, Veerbot dropped to P12. Veerbot managed to go back to P11 with Millert and Maple. Someone goes off track again, I believe. Yellow flags. Tito is right at the hand from on the Aston Martin here. Smooth is catching the front runners. Warman and Tulu decided to swap positions. Might be the best choice. Snow overtakes Military Maple. Oh, Military Maple is ghosted though. Ben Arnold is 3 tenths behind his teammate. They're probably planning to run away through DRS. There's still a train here. Tidoy goes up to P6. Queenie goes to P10 fighting Veerbot. Ben Arnold and Forrestal decides to swap. Maybe Ben Arnold will have a better chance catching Palmer. Palmer seems to run away now that they're all on the same tire allocation. Smooth Operator still manages to keep close to the front runners, and AC as well drops to last. Probably lost traction. Both Alpine drivers are not having the best night on the main race. Typical Alpine disaster class, but this time there is no Red Bull to be victim here. Have Ben Arnold pulling the fastest lap of the race here. Tulu and Warman right behind with the Ferrari after finishing strong in the sprint. Right now fighting for P8 and P9. Smooth Operator still with the front runner. We have a slight drizzle here I believe. Did I just see a slight rain or did I imagine? Cole Palmer drops. Ben Arnold, I missed that. He overtook him on the DRS around the outside and he sticks. Keeps it on track, a little bit of contact. It is raining. It is raining and all the hard tires are still there while going wheel to wheel. Cole Palmer and Ben Arnold going wheel to wheel on second 3. Rain started dropping. How much will it affect everyone now? Cole Palmer manages to save his P1, but Ben Arnold is not done here. Still on the hunt. While the front runners are playing catch, a few drivers decided to pit for the Inters. Let's change details here. We have Ben Arnold goes from the outside. Palmer keeps him steady. Position change. Ben Arnold went up one position. The battle's not over. He's still hunting him down before the rain forces them to pit. So he fakes him out. Decides to stay behind. Play the waiting game. Jack went up 5 positions. Warman is P7 after people pitted. P7 and went up 5 positions. Military and Snow are fighting it off. Forrestal, Ben Arnold and Cole Palmer still out with the hard tires. Does anyone decide to pit here? Not yet. Oh, it does seem that Forrestal pits for the Inter tires now, making Ben Arnold stay out one more lap. Does anyone else follow through? Seems like everyone else is staying in. Now Smooth is up to P3. Someone stop the timer and stop the race. Now we have Smooth in podium. I mean, many drivers pitted for the Inters, so it doesn't seem like... Oh, Jack is going for an aggressive overtake. Goes wide. Smooth operator keeps position while Jack goes for a ballsy move. Doesn't convert it at all. Meanwhile, Tulu and Warman are going up positions again. The rain might be affecting drivers now. Cole Palmer and Ben Arnold still fighting it through, not pitting yet. The time lost between Inters and dry tires is probably not that hard, but they seem to be pitting now. Yes, they do. They're pitting now. Cole Palmer is pitting in for Inters. Ben Arnold does the same. Smooth operators right behind them. Will they be able to convert a double stack without affecting Smooth operator's speed too much? Jack almost rear ends the McLaren. No! Smooth operator will get impeded by his own teammate. Everyone is pitting now. Everyone is pitting. Besides Tulu and Tidoy, who decide to stay out one more lap. People who earned most positions from it will be Military Maple, who's still hard on hards, but seems to be ghosted. Do we count it? Or do we disqualify him now? Veer is up to P10. Didn't get much from the undercut as he hoped for, I believe. Alfie is looking for a move against Veer. He doesn't fully commit to it. Cole Palmer is still in front with Ben and Forrestal. Forrestal even lost positions, lost time from Ben and Palmer. Tidoy goes in now with Tulu. How much time do they lose from Palmer and the rest? Was it the right timing? Or did they go in too late? Smooth dropped to P9 due to the impediment by the McLaren. Poor strategy, pitting at the same time. They should have waited. One of them should have waited out. It is definitely Inter's condition now that Military Maple is losing position, but yet again he is on AI mode. But the Inter's was definitely the right choice. Tito dropped to P6 and Tulu dropped back to P9. 3 seconds for Snow at the back of the grid. Sorry, I got interrupted. Veer up to P10 overtakes Tulu. P9 overtakes Tulu. Tidoy overtakes the AI. Military will probably drop back. We have Jack in P4, making the right decision to pit perfectly. Tulu drops to P11. We have an incident. It's Tulu. He went off track, lost traction. Yellow flags are on the track. Hopefully it's not a safety. He manages to recover, no wing damage at all, but dropped back to P12. Alfie is in P10. DRS, is DRS enabled though? DRS does seem to be enabled. Let's see. Yes, DRS is enabled, but it is interest condition. That's really weird. We are at the probably at the interchange. Ben Arnold tries to go from the inside. Doesn't. Does he? Ben Arnold manages to keep it through with DRS, but Cole Palmer has the pace to keep contesting for the position. They're going very tight with each other. A little bit of contact didn't push Cole Palmer off track. It seems like there is DRS, but it is interest conditions. That is really weird. Tido is right behind Jack, fighting for P4. Maple keeps dropping, he's not even in the race. We can count him out now. Ben Arnold seems to run away from Cole Palmer. Alfie with the 3 seconds already. He's our penalty points merchant right now. Ben Arnold seems to be running away from Cole Palmer. Maybe the setup gives an advantage for Ben Arnold here. We have a trade consisting of Jack, Tido, Warman, and Smooth Operator. 3 tenths from each other. Cole Palmer seems to play passively. Now the DRS is disabled. How good does it work for the Red Bull driver? Tido hugs the inside, goes wheel to wheel with the Red Bull driver. With Warman right behind them, they still go wheel to wheel here through turn 4. Doesn't give up anything. Goes hella tight, but Jack manages to keep the position. But Tido doesn't seem to be finished yet. They go wheel to wheel again around the outside here. Tido and Jack fighting it out. Is Tido still in front? Yes, he is, and Warman is looking from the inside. Decides to go back, not risk anything. Jack is going off track for the overtake. Jack gets a 3 seconds penalty, well deserved if you ask me. Does the game validate this overtake? Seems like it does. Tido is still behind them with Warman and Smooth Operator. They're going 4-wheel battle here. Very poor judgment from Smooth Operator pitting this late with his own teammates. We still have Tido and Jack fighting it out. Smooth Operator goes around the outside of Warman. Warman keeps position. Seems to be our only battle right now as the grid settled down due to the rain. Smooth Operator still goes aggressively against Warman around the outside of Warman. Doesn't manage to convert it again, and here's Veer right behind him, managed to catch up due to all the battles. Started P11 I believe, and it's now P8. Looking to make work against this train while Jack is holding them behind. We still have Smooth Operator here pressuring the Ferrari driver. Behind Tido and Jack. Ben Arnold opened a 1 second gap from Cole Palmer. And 4 seconds behind them. It seems like Veerbot is going in the grass on the inside. Smooth Operator pushing him off. Landon Norris defense here. Alfie left the session. And Veerbot manages to overtake Smooth Operator. Up to P7, 4 positions gained. Have Warman now. Smooth operator is might be looking for a move here. No, he concedes. Now Veerbot on the hand, and Tidoy up to P4. He manages to convert the overtake at last, and Jack seems to be going wide here. Slides off a little bit, dropping down from Tidoy. How much will Veer manage to catch the Ferrari driver? Seems to be doing well. 4 tenths gained. But the other Red Bull driver can't catch up the Haas as it seems. Setup is a really huge factor right now. Everyone having their own setup. Which will have the best one for the rain, for the current situation? Who will manage to gain the most advantage from this rain stint? Jack lost time from Tidoy. Tidoy will probably secure P4 right now. But now Warman and Veer seems to be in battle with Smooth behind them. Smooth probably settled down as he doesn't want to risk any more positions. We've seen people falling off horrendously when the race started. Honorable mention, both Alpine drivers and Tulu, who just completely lost it in the opening laps. Tidoy gains 3 seconds. With Warman pressuring him, probably will make a smooth overtake here in the next few corners. But will Jack manage to hold it back enough for his teammate Veer to take advantage? We're already 13 laps in. He's looking to go on the inside. Warman goes wide, opening the door completely for Veer. People are retiring already. Snow retires from the race. Veerbot goes for a ballsy overtake move, goes from the inside of Warman. Warman stays outside, manages to keep it on track. Who has the better grip around this track? Veer secures P6. Manages to overtake our boy. Meanwhile, Ben Arnold manages to open a 4 seconds lead from Cole Palmer. Did Cole Palmer get the wrong setup in Veer? What happened to Veer there? He just slipped. Did he intend to do that? Veer pits for a new set of inters. He almost lost it trying to get in. Maybe he knows something we don't. A little drift show from our boy Veer. What the hell? I mean, it's way too early, I believe. I don't know what are their tire wear right now. It does seem accidental though. I mean, I wish the race was dry. It seems like the race settled down due to the rain. I can just go and take a piss while nothing will probably change. Jack goes back into the pits as well. And fourth, maybe he did it intentionally. Tido is a beast in the rain. He still has it. Our boy Tido still has it in the rain. The tires must be crying. Probably. I won't be surprised, to be honest. I can't believe we're already 15 laps in. Veer goes up to P9, probably P8, overtaking his teammates. We have a few more drivers. Veer closed the gap to 5 seconds from Forrestal. Maybe it wasn't an accident. As I said, maybe he knows something we don't. He's still closing in to Forrestal here. Closing in aggressively, if I may say so myself. Look at him. Look at the interval. Already a second. He already cut a second from Forrestal. And he seems to continue to do so. Smooth operator is behind Warman. Warman decides to pit. And Palmer decides to pit as well. Smooth operator will not overtake Palmer on track. Oh, he does. I'm looking at the wrong person. Does he overtake Ben Arnold though? No, he doesn't. It would have been perfect for the McLaren drivers, because then Smooth Operator could have played some impediments on Ben Arnold, I believe. Queenie gets a 3-second penalty. Might be. The rain doesn't seem to settle at all. It just seemed to go heavier and heavier. Veer closed in by 2 seconds in 2 laps from Forrestal. Has crazy pace here. Very interesting. Still closing in. Anyone else I could watch could be interesting. We have the Alpine drivers wiggling it out. Before the safety car, I'm so glad I managed to catch it now. Those wiggles are not fun to watch. Tido decides to pit. How many positions does he lose? Probably drops down to P8 here. Or not, maybe P7. Veer and Tido are just a second away from Forrestal now. 2 seconds away. Warman pits, drops all the way to P13. Very poor from him. But let me check. Stops. Smooth operator still needs to pit. Tool still needs to pit. Alfie is yet to pit as well. His second interstint. I think I'm getting messages here. Let's see. Drivers are closing the gap to Forrestal. Forrestal is starting to be underfed by Tido and Veer. Veer, who took him only 4 laps to catch, to be a second behind Forrestal here. Where is Forrestal's pace? Drivers around him seems to have it better. He's losing ground to Cole Palmer, while the drivers behind him are gaining positions. Now both Tido and Veer are second behind him. Tido is a half second behind Forrestal. How much pressure will he cause now that he's a half second? He's with 3/10. Does he look for an inside push perhaps? Decides to wait behind. No contact. Alfie pits for the wets. We have Veer, Tido and Forrestal now in a 3-way battle here. Rain keeps getting heavier. Hard brakes in turn 4. Drivers are picking for wets. Stay out for more interlaps. he is deploying. He is deploying while Forrestal is probably deploying as well. Still behind him, doesn't do anything special. But Veer is looking for the P6 position. Steadily going up the positions here. Smooth operator and Tulu hasn't pitted yet. Maybe they're waiting for the perfect wets condition. Though I doubt it will happen anytime soon. Either way, there is no reason to go for wets. The dry line is there. As heavy as it can get, wets are just unfavorable in this game. Not worth it at all going for wet tires. Steady button here between Forrestal, Video and Veer. Now that they caught up the slipstream, they probably will come down now. Nobody seems to be trying to pull their tires down, staying on the dry line. Cole Palmer finally catches on to Tulu and Smooth Operator. Cole Palmer flawlessly overtakes Tulu with the tire age differences. Now looking to overtake his teammate Smooth Operator, who shouldn't give him too much trouble here. Tido is still against Forrestal, decides to not overtake yet. Stays behind him unless he goes around the outside now. Forrestal trying to be as wide as possible. Tido right behind him on his rear wheels. Forrestal keeps position. Just you wait, Veer. He will find the opportunity, and Tidoy goes wide. He slips over, and now Veer sees the opportunities and he goes on the inside of Tidoy. They're going wheel to wheel in turn 9, a very fast corner. Tidoy keeps it on front. Veer decides to not go for any risky plays here. Tidoy holds on to P6. Well, Veer deploys here. Turn 1. Goes from the inside of Tidoy. Tidoy has no choice here. And Veer is now on the hunt for Forrestal. Amazing work from our Red Bull driver, does it cleanly. Meanwhile, Cole Palmer is still behind his teammates back. Should see a position stop very soon. Lost it a little bit there. Forrestal playing the waiting game, still has more PRS here. Cole Palmer finally overtakes his teammate, but in the process Tulu takes advantage of that because Smooth Operator went from the outside. Both drivers are still out with their old inters. What are they waiting for? They are losing lots of positions right now. They will start losing even more positions soon. Now that Cole Palmer finally manages to clear out Tulu, and Smooth Operator is now on the hunt for Ben Arnold. But Cole Palmer does have 3 seconds penalty. Will be crucial for our final laps. Veer doesn't have ERS to catch Forrestal at the moment. Forrestal is playing good ERS management right now. Wait, actually Veer goes from the inside while we're speaking. I missed it out. Veer still looking for P5. Very aggressive racing from our Red Bull driver against a Mercedes. Tulu and Smooth should be looking to pit very soon. Still out, those inters must be crying right now. But Veer shows amazing pace in the rain. I believe that's 5 positions gained, and he is on Forrestal's rear. Showed amazing pace here in the rain. Should be looking for a move soon. Meanwhile, Ben Arnold opens a 15-second gap. Nothing to watch here, honestly. Cole Palmer doesn't have the pace to catch Ben Arnold. Veerbot goes from the inside. He pushes Forcel off track. Is this legal? Meanwhile, Tidoy takes advantage and goes around Forcel as well, goes inside. Forcel is falling off the ladder. The order. Veerbot takes P5 and Tidoy right behind him. We will have it reviewed later. Don't know exactly what happened there. We missed it out. Forrester should hit that. I don't know how aggressive Fear did that. Veerbot now running away. Smooth Operator finally decides to pit. With how things are going right now, Smooth Operator gets a 10 seconds penalty entering the pits. What a mistake from the McLaren driver after having such a solid race. He pits for wet tires as well. And the McLaren team principal is scrambling away. 10 seconds and wet tires. How good will the wet tires be? Our wet runners right now have had zero chances catching up to the Inter's drivers, even though they were on fresher tires. There's no way in the world you go and pit for wets. You either start with wets or keep them in the garage. Smooth Operator's fall need to be studied, bro. Usually he has the opposite race. Usually he starts weak and ends it strong, but this time he started strong and is fighting for those final points. It could have been a better strat if he hasn't pitted for wets. If he pitted for inters, it probably would have been better. Not gonna lie. And Tulu has to pit as well, and that means Veer is fighting for podium right now. Our boy, the Red Bull driver, is fighting for podium, our first podium this season. Ben Arnold showing amazing pace here. With all due respect, Cole Palmer hasn't caught up to him at all. The setup is problematic here. Smooth decides to serve the 10-second penalty and pits to Inters after seeing that the wets are a terrible choice here. Diego decides to retire in the pits. I mean, depends because from our angle, yeah, Veer pushed him off, but how did it actually go? Game's gone. Grip smooth. I mean, everyone here has a penalty. Okay, let me do a penalty check. Alfie somehow manages to keep it with only 3 seconds penalty compared to having 12 seconds in a sprint. With more laps, he manages to get less penalties. This is amazing. Props to Alfie, redemption. And now Veer is behind Tulu, who hasn't pitted yet, so there is no reason for Veer to drive so aggressively against Tulu. Unless he's just planning to catch Cole Palmer now. And if he does, that would be amazing. Forrestal is losing pace to Tidoy as well. 7 tenths behind Tulu rear. Ben Arnold just keeps opening the gap, almost 20 seconds away from Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer is hopeless, looking for a race win. But Veer is looking for a podium here. Our boy, our Red Bull driver, said he felt good about this track, and he's showing it. Who's with the fastest lap here? They dead. Those tires must be screaming. 20 laps on the Inters. There's no way he's gonna keep pushing it. Tulu must be looking for a move here very soon. But Tulu has lots of ERS to spare. He's been saving up. Veer goes for a ballsy move from the inside. Tulu has nothing to do with it because of his old tires due to grip levels, and Veer overtakes the Ferrari driver cleanly. Yeah, bro, he's on 20 laps old Inters. There's no way he's not in any. There's no way he's just not on any like puncture risk. Amazing work from the Red Bull. This Austrian weekend, if you wanna watch an amazing overtake, watch the Red Bull drivers. Diego just left the session after retiring on track. Not on track, after retiring in the pits. My bad. Veer is not so far away from Cole Palmer as well, and he's catching on. Veer might be looking for a P2 finish here if he manages to close the gap to 3 seconds. Which would probably be a harder task, since Cole Palmer is no slouch. Right now it seems like he isn't able to catch on to Cole Palmer, but we'll see about that. He has good straight line speed, but his ERS is done. Queenie manages to hold off Orman. Queenie and Orman going wheel to wheel here. Queenie's probably not over yet. Might be looking for a move against Ferrari. No, he's pretty far away. Goes for a fake. Warman doesn't hit that fake at all. Let's see if we have anything else that's interesting here. We have Queenie and Warman, but Warman is pulling away. Honestly, nice race from Tulu again, but he will have to pit. Will he? Veer isn't exactly catching. They're in the same position as they were last time they were in Sector 1. Hasn't changed much. But Tido is now threatening Tulu for P4. Tulu, man. 22 laps old Inters. There's no way. You're continuing with this, right? Right? You're just not falling down the order. It is harder to overtake with Inter, but there's no way you just... whoa, Tidoy almost lost it. Do not fumble it out. Do not fumble now, Tidoy. You might have P5 in the back if you just keep running away from Mr. Forrestal. Just need to get past Tulu for some clean air. Yeah, Veer is not catching up to Cole Palmer. They've been in the same position the whole race. Since Veer overtook Tulu. But still, great showings from Veer. Tido now threatening Tulu with his grandpa old tires. Yeah, Veer is not catching up to Mr. Cole Palmer. We're done here from his show. But Veer made an amazing comeback from P11 back to P3. If you ask me, that's driver of the day material. All Veer needs is for Palmer to get more penalties. Now, how close is Palmer? I don't know. Veer made a comeback from P11 to P3, but Ben Arnold opens the 21 seconds gap. Bro, let me speak! Holy. I mean, didn't I give Ben... You're calling it bias while I gave Ben Arnold a driver of the day for the sprint. I could have gave it to someone else without even explaining. Like, god damn, bro. Bias, this is completely biased. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Nah, now I don't want to get touched by you, man. Stay away from me. Greasy, yeah. Eating from the bed. Stay away from me. He has been in the same position for how much? 6 laps? This is a steady game. We take those veer dubs. How did I invite Diego? What the fuck? Veer P11 to podium. Must be a GOAT performance from our boy. Smooth operator with a fumble. Starting P4 and then goes wide in turn 1. Pitts gets a 10 seconds penalty. Pitts for wets. Oh, Veer actually managed to catch up a little bit. Closes in by 3/10. Smooth operator retires. Retires on track. So it seems, but it's too late for a safety car. There will be no safety car. With 3 laps left, the safety car will not be deployed here. If there was a safety car, it would have ruined his teammates' race completely. That's a qualiban rip. Retiring on track is a qualiban. So our boy Smooth will have to climb from the back in Zandvoort. We saw everything. He did close in. Veer is closing in. Don't do that. Don't give us that hope. Closed in by half a second now. But Cole Palmer is saving up more ERS than before. Two more laps left. Forrestal will overtake Tulu as well. How old are these tires, Mr. Ferrari? 27 laps old. He's been racing on those inters the whole race. Back to being 4 seconds away from Cole Palmer. That's race. That's the end. Grid won't change much probably from here, besides Forrestal overtaking Tulu here. And Tidoy will probably drop from Forrestal and Tulu due to his 3 seconds penalty. And the rest of the grid, nothing much changed here. Oh! 3/10 away, 4/10 away from Cole Palmer. He did close in a little bit. Three tenths, 4 tenths away from Cole Palmer. He did actually manage to close in by a little bit, but the ERS difference, how much will it affect here? Veer is pushing on. Forrestal meanwhile overtakes the Ferrari with the old tires. Not much that Tulu can do here besides finish the race, bring it home. He's closing in. He's really closing in. He's 2 tenths away from Cole Palmer now. And Cole Palmer is slipping on the curve a little bit more. Go Veer! Go get the P2 position! He's 2 tenths away! And there's one more lap left. One more lap left. He is in Fred position now. He's closed in the 3 seconds. Now he just needs to finish the race. He's closing in even more. What's happening with Cole Palmer? Cole Palmer went a little bit wide here. Look, let's go Veer! Get him Veer! Holy. There's a few more corners here. 3 seconds away. He's already closing the 3 seconds. 2 tenths up. 3 tenths up. Keep running. Keep running. He's really closing in. Please. Oh, what are you doing, Veer? No. Holy. Please. No, Veer gets a 3 seconds penalty. No. The misfortune continues. There's no way. Meanwhile, Ben Arnold manages to finish the race. There's no way. 3 seconds. At the end of the race. Holy butt. There's just no way. It was right there. Right there. Oh, Veer says he has a warning he can get removed. Don't mind if I do. Holy. Nah. But congrats to Ben Arnold dominating the wet race in Austria. Almost opening a 30 seconds gap. Now I really doubt if I want to give Veer the driver of the day. Unless he gets it removed, but like Ben Arnold with a complete domination in the silver arrows. Driver of the day, it either goes down for Ben Arnold or goes down to Veer. The game gives it to Veer. I really want to give it to him. Goes from P11 to podium, potentially P2. So call me biased, call me whatever. I'm giving that DOTD to Mr. Veer, our Red Bull driver. We have Cole Palmer for fastest lap, driver of the day for Ben Arnold on the sprint. Ben Arnold takes fastest lap and the win here in the race. Veer gets drive. Yes. He's still, either way, if he gets the 3 second remove, he went from P11 to P3. He went from off points to contending P2. Do we share a driver of the day? I mean, both, one climbed from the bottom and one dominated the whole race, so like one carried a rock on his back and one had clear air for the whole race. I mean, I really don't mind giving Ben Arnold driver of the day. He had like a flawless race, but the climb, I respect the climb. I always respect the climb from the bottom to top. So like, call me biased or anything or whatever, man. Both of them had like amazing performances on their own rights. So honestly, I'm just gonna give driver of the day to Veer. Call me biased. Fight me. Fight me. Come and fight me. I respect the climb more than staying P1 the whole race. We will end the stream here though. Thanks for tuning in. Race results will be published very soon.